There's been something on my mind and it keeps hurting me. You've been treating me like I have been your enemy. You are something I don't want to have. A million problems inside of my head. This is something I cannot forget. Another one. You're a needle in my didn't see the signs, cause you kept hiding it. Now slowly every part of me is shivering. I kept denying all the pain and didn't want to hurt again. Now slowly I began to see the real you. You are something I don't want to have. A million problems inside of my head. This is something I cannot forget. Another one. You're a needle in my ain't stopping, homie, regardless. And I ain't stopping, no, I ain't stopping. I'm just getting started. Let's go. My skin is pale, but I'm a black sheep. Riding through the city, Satan in the backseat. Hey yo, that's me, I run it like a track meet. A rap fiend, I set the bar high like an athlete. Step in the booth and Zach gon' drop that 808. Cause the vibe is dope and the beat is cracking, now it's getting laced. I'm sharp as a razor blade, I can blow your mind like JFK. I do what I want, you ain't gonna box me in like David Blaine. We get it poppin', homie, day and night. Got the party jumping, about to break the ice. Stay up on my grind, that's my way of life. I got tunnel vision, I'ma chase that ray of light. Homie, day and night. Got the party jumping, about to break the ice. Stay up on my grind, that's my way of life. I got tunnel vision, I'ma chase that ray of light.
This is do or die. Feel it in my veins tonight. Emotional suicide. You know it's a knife for eye. I didn't wanna walk the plank. No, but the Mariona, it came like the thunder. I was on my way to going under. Swimming in the pain, yeah, I was covered in a tidal wave, but I'm a fighter. Try to take me down, I'm going higher. Baby, you've been playing with some fire. You've been playing with fire. One day you'll see what you made of me. Found my inner peace. You watch it in the dead of night. Maybe when it's still dark, you know it's an eye for eye. You're the energy alive in the dead of night. You can save your alibi. I already know you lied. Oh no, no, don't even try. Watch the flame in me ignite. You didn't wanna walk
sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. want you to stay.
Dude, it's all good. I feel refreshed, man. You know, what break is so necessary.
How about you give us an introduction and tell us what we have to look forward to today?
Dude, if you were a fruit, what fruit would you be?
A banana? Alright, so Douglas, if you could relate yourself or your project, whichever one you want to go with, to a fruit, which fruit would it be and why?
Okay, I'll go with the Eagleverse and banana.
Why banana, Joe?
Because I just, every time I speak with H1, it feels like I'm feeling one more piece of that banana, and it keeps getting better and better.
That sounds so
That
long.
project is awesome. So every time you think you know it, you know everything about it, it just surprises you.
You're the kind of guy. You're the kind of guy that if you were sat in the same room, you'd be eating a banana and maintaining aggressive eye contact. That's the kind of.
Push the entire thing into his mouth at once. Yeah. I think the thing that we'll focus on this week is making sure that you stretch.
I don't know. I reckon a coconut, a green one.
A green coconut. Okay, we've had coconut before, but not green one. Why?
I don't know, you gotta go through the hard stuff before you can get to the good stuff. So
Yeah, thanks for asking. I think I would say probably a mango is like a fruit that you think is like pretty good, but when you actually bite into it, you're like, oh, this is delicious and amazing. It's like I'm all about trying to make things fun, make things enjoyable, and maybe a little bit surprising. Like, you know, your own mentality can make such a big difference in your life, your positivity and stuff. And I really, really enjoy being in spaces with all the people here, the other spaces that I've been in, and learning from everybody. So I get really excited. And I hope other people do too.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Crypto Lamb Show. I hope you are all doing absolutely well. I'm just going to bring everybody into the channel. Lots of things are going on right now. The Queen's funeral is of course in full swing at the moment. Her body is being moved around like a Deliveroo order and it's being tracked all over the country, of course. And then you have Ukraine absolutely spanking Russia at the moment. What else is going on? ETH merge is happening at some point in the next few hours. And then you have Do Kwon. He's going to have some lessons on how not to drop soap. That's about it. How are you guys doing? Hello.
The market's doing great too.
Is it? Because I'm seeing crash, hashtag stock market crash everywhere.
Bring it. I'm ready.
Bring it. It's like, you know, Bitcoin down, Ethereum down, ENS up. So there's your new store of value by ENS.
Well, I mean, you and I were talking the other day that I was upset that I hadn't gotten paid yet. And, you know, things were crashing and I was afraid I was going to miss it. And I think my opportunity has come back. Right.
You know, potentially you are now getting a second chance to buy the dip of the dip of the dip. You know, I'll buy this dip and then I'll buy the next dip after that and I'll keep going until eventually I have no money left.
Yeah.
DCA, boys. DCA.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you do not get to see my lovely face today, but I am going to have to cut things a little bit short for myself today and head out of town for a business trip.
Oh, Fizz.
Sorry, guys.
Though, man.
No. It's good because like that's one of the things we keep telling our viewers is like you have so much stuff going on in real life that is actually important. That like we are just happy the times that we get to have you here, man. Like thank you for making the time to be here with us before your trip because I know you could be leaving like soon and be a little less stressed. So thanks, man.
For sure.
I'll think about you. I may not touch grass, but I hope to touch a trout or two.
It's touching fish is just as good as touching grass or balls. I mean golf balls, like if you're playing golf, of course.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, Fizz, I think if you're going to be on a lake, man, I think that counts as touching grass. Maybe I think touching a standing body of water that isn't like where malaria is growing. I think that counts as being on the outside of nature.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to be where the beautiful Norfolk River joins the White River in north central Arkansas. That is God's country right there, boys.
Yeehaw. Love it. So we have some very cool guests with us today from this little known thing called Easy Tools, as advertised. So Easy Tools, for those who don't know, is what's the best way to describe it? In fact, I'm not going to try and describe it. I'm going to let the guys from Easy Tools describe it. Hello, Easy Tools guys. Explain who you are. Say hello, and what do you do?
So hey everyone, I'm Ace. Thanks for having me. We also have with us the co-founder for Easy Tools, Mysterious Acadia. Easy Tools is a community tools we provide. What we do with Easy Tools is we create the little tools that you need to work on your projects, to work in tandem with your projects. So be it airdrops, be it taking, be it migration, Discord bots, all of those stuff that it's good to have, but you would rather not spend time building or spend your resources building, doesn't really add value to your core project. Those are the things that we build for you. The things you directly use from our products. And much more to come, right? We have escrows and stuff coming in as well. It's going to be really huge on the tool side of things.
So
hope that explains it, yeah.
As far as I can gather, Ace just said that Easy Tools builds loads of different things for loads of different solutions, crypto-wise, but he's currently skydiving by the sounds of it. So,
wait. Let me fix that.
Open the parachute and slow your descent. That might help.
One of the things I think he was trying to get across is Easy Tools is willing to build things for you that you're not willing to build for yourself because you have such limited resources as a small business owner that they have the ability to build things for you. Like if you need a Discord bot that's custom to help you with your game, they can help you with that kind of stuff, right? Like Fizz, if you were working on a project and you had to work on making it easier for yourself to, like, let's say launch maybe an NFT, would that be something that you would probably try to learn how to do? Or Andy, is that something you would try to learn how to do?
I mean,
Sorry.
I could potentially try, but I wouldn't be very good at it, and I would probably look for a bespoke solution.
Right?
I would
So like,
not try.
right? And in business, I wouldn't try either, right? Like I know my limitations. I'm good at talking. I am not good at building like code and stuff. So like if you are out there and you understand your limitations, Easy Tools is a way for you to try to be able to help bring the ideas that you have to fruition. And hopefully Ace is now landed from his parachute, or maybe Acadia can step in and say hi and tell us a little about himself. Or
hopefully my audio should be better now, right?
Much better.
Much better.
All right, awesome. So it's the famous fan, of course. We can have the fan lore later in the podcast, but of course, yeah. So that pretty much covers what Easy Tools does, right? But we another thing to note is we are providing standardized solutions. So what happens is, okay, so you'll notice pretty much all the projects in the space have staking, right? Some sort of NFT staking. And when you go into the code of it, you'd realize a bunch of it is pretty standardized. So what we did with that was, and we have worked with a bunch of projects. Me, Acadia, we have been related to a bunch of projects. We have devved for a bunch of projects. So we started to realize that a bunch of stuff that we are building is just being used pretty much everywhere. We just standardized that part of the development process, and we allow everyone to use it. It's just out there now with our tools. It just helps people out. It's an easier way to build what you're building, without having to worry too much about your resources. Just if you're building a GameFi project, focus on the games. If you're building a core NFT utility, focus on that core utility. And let us do the side management, side products and stuff for you. So that's what we're doing right now.
That's really cool. So if for say, for example, some projects were maybe slightly disillusioned with a particular chain, they could use your tools to migrate to a new chain. Is that right?
Absolutely.
I have no doubt that's been used a few times in the recent months, has it?
Yeah, a couple of projects have used our migration services, or of course, migrating from one chain to another chain. Are we talking about which particular chain they're migrating from, or are we keeping that?
You can say whatever you want, Ace. We don't give a shit. You know what I mean? If it's something that's really offensive, we won't put it in the highlight unless it's really awesome, and then in which case you can sign off on it.
All right. No. Okay, of course, a bunch of projects have been moving from Harmony to other chains, right? And there are projects that can, that have the devs and the resources to manage it on their own. Because you'll realize migration is a really secure, security intensive process when you move from one chain to another chain, especially, and Harmony especially doesn't have Oracle services for a decent, they don't have these, trustless bridges yet. So they, of course, won't have other oracles that projects can use. Is it getting too technical or something? I'm just trying to explain.
No. Keep going. Keep going.
All right.
If we have questions, we'll ask. Don't worry.
All right, perfect. So migration in particular is a really security-intensive process. Harmony doesn't yet support oracles. So the problem there is when you're building a migration pipeline, what happens is either you use oracles, which is just a decentralized way of migrating from one chain to another chain while being able to access data from the first chain. Right? But for chains like Harmony, where you don't have oracles, the process is different. It involves signatures and stuff. So you have to securely sign data from one chain and then pass it over to another chain and allow users to deposit their tokens on one side, retrieve it on another side. The process is slightly different in case of both tokens and NFTs. And by tokens, here I mean ERC20s. And again, the process is slightly different from liquidity tokens, liquid tokens, and non-LP tokens. Right. So these are the things that we manage for the projects and that projects have utilized from us. And if you're one of the projects that doesn't yet have the resources or don't want the liability to manage all these things, just contact us. We have already done it. We are pretty battle tested at this point. We can support pretty secure migration.
So if there was a project currently looking to move to another chain from, I don't know, say, for example, Harmony, they could reach out to Easy Tools and you guys could help them out with that, right?
Absolutely. So we have already helped out Spacebank, right? Spacebank used our migration. We also have a couple other projects that are in touch with us. Whenever ChibiCat's migration happens, I'm not going to speak for them, but if and when they do migrate, we're also going to be helping them out through our services, of course, and other projects as well. Whichever projects are, partnered with us, if and when they decide to move, we are pretty much already tied up with them to help them out.
That's awesome.
So, Ace, I have a question. May I ask, Andy?
Yeah.
Crack on, man.
Hey, Ace. So when you were working on, going from Harmony to other chains right now, which is great, right? Because there's definitely a need there, especially with kind of risk factors. Would you be willing to share which chains that you've already have the ability to go back and forth from? Because one, I think Harmony could turn around in the future, right? So projects that could be like maybe AVAX or Polygon may in the future want to come back to Harmony. I think that remains to be seen. But what if the other projects that were already on AVAX that maybe wanted to go to Polygon, right? Do you have that type of stuff built in there already? And if so, could you let the audience know which chains that you have experience bridging to and from?
All right. Okay. So just a technical part of it. It's not exactly bridging. Okay, so let me just quickly clear up the difference between bridging and migrating. All right. So what happens with bridging is you have two-way bridges. You can go to and from one chain to another chain. The problem there is your native assets, as in case of one ETH and one DAI and stuff that we've seen on Harmony. The native tokens were on Ethereum side. And once you lose the native tokens, you lose all the value for the bridge tokens. So when we migrate, we move the native token entirely to another chain. So it's not a two-way bridge. You can't bring them back directly. You have to either migrate again or set up a bridge. But yeah, that's what migration is. So we have we head the projects out with moving their entire project to another chain. And right now we can do it for any EVM chain out there. We already have experience with moving Harmony to Polygon, but we can also support AVAX to Polygon, AVAX to Harmony, pretty much any between any EVM chain. We can support migration right now.
Thank you for clarifying the difference between migration and bridging. I think sometimes we all kind of get too used to using colloquial terms and we kind of assume we all know what it means, but like the specificity is really important, especially for people who are looking for your services. So thank you for that. Andy, I don't have anything else. I'd like to know what other projects they're working on because I want to know which ones I need to invest in because I clearly like listening to Ace talk. But I want to shoot it to you. I need to go change a diaper. So if you could give me like a little bit, I'd love that.
No problem at all.
Yours or your daughters?
Mine. My Depends are full. I need to go change them. I'm sorry. I had an accident. I got excited.
You're supposed to swap those out every couple of days, right?
No, I wear them on my face after.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, let's segue away from that mess. The tools that you've got that I'm just looking at here, you've got easy drops, easy staking, easy bots, and then obviously easy migrate, easy launch, easy sig, easy scroll, which is obviously an escrow system. So what do you have in the works? I mean, they're all kind of self-explanatory, right? So easy drops, you'll be able to, it's basically a turnkey solution for projects looking to do airdrops, and the staking bots and everything else falls in line with that. What are you working on now that maybe you could give us some alpha on?
Right, so you're already familiar with Easy Drops, but we are updating the entire UI UX for Easy Drops. Right now it's pretty simplistic, but we are allowing users to upload CSV files as well. We're also, revamping our pricing system. We are also looking in for subscription-based services and stuff for airdrops. It's really cool. Maybe I can send you UI, preview in a bit, and we can show that on screen. But yeah, we have updates on easy drops on that. So this month we are focusing on easy drops and easy scroll, the escrow service. Escrow service right now is in works. What it particularly allows you is, so for chains like Harmony or other chains like Findora and stuff, right? Especially the chains not being supported by OpenSea or OpenSea-like marketplaces where you don't have to particularly list your NFTs. They just exist. Deploy a contract and you can start secondary marketplace for them. So if those marketplaces don't exist, our escrow service is going to allow P2P P2P sales and trades to happen on there. It's going to be a more secure way of doing it rather than just promising someone, hey, you want to give me your tokens against my NFT, something like that. And of course, another added benefit of our escrow service is we allow token NFT to ERC20 trades as well. So say you want to, especially in these conditions, right? You don't want to sell your NFT for one. It doesn't make sense. You put it on marketplace for say 10 days and all of a sudden you're $200 on a $100 listing, $10 listing for all you know, right? You want to do it in USDT, especially, of course, not in Harmony, but on other chains, you want to do it in a stable coin. You can do that with her service. It's just going to exist there. It's not going to devalue your listing. It's pretty cool like that. Another thing we are looking into right now, we recently talked to Findora Grants. And we had a really productive discussion with them. So we are also looking to tailor make some DK tools as well. But that is not currently in the pipeline for this month, but of course in the coming months. This month we have Easy Drops being revamped, relaunched in the next 10-ish days. By the end of the month, we also have Easy Scroll coming out.
Wow.
Very cool.
I asked
Loads of
about
stuff.
Findora stuff. Are you going to be, so you have the escrow aspect, right? And you have your NFT staking. Are you going to be launching your own NFT platform on Findora or any other ones that you're looking to do? Or are you looking to just try to create ZK tools? And the reason I'm asking is because there is no NFT marketplace on Findora. So as a validator on that network, it finds it very difficult to find like projects to support to continue to give to my validators, the people who just stake with me. So like, is that coming, Ace? Are you going to drop some alpha possibly?
Okay. What do you mean an NFT platform, like our own NFTs?
No, like OpenSea, right? Like what
you
is
mean a
keeping
marketplace?
from having an open, marketplace? Yeah.
Right,
But not
alright.
just like a marketplace, but one where you could launchpad as well, right? Like Magic Eden on Solana,
alright.
or yep.
Got it. So, yeah. Okay. So, an interesting thing there is we have been thinking about a couple products. Especially, we were thinking about what if you can mix up ENS, the way ENS with a white label minting page, right? You buy a subdomain and then you go and have your white label mint page right there. So we have been in discussion with that. We have been discussing marketplace options as well. But what we want to do with marketplace, right? Okay. This is going to be really interesting. Our idea with the marketplace was right now every project wants their own marketplace. It's if you see most projects right now, especially starting with DFK, right? DFK had their own marketplace and they control how it worked. And I know a couple other projects that are working on their own marketplace. The marketplace is going to be very project specific soon. Every project has its own marketplace, and we want to facilitate that. So that's what we have been in works with. We want to be able to provide every project with their own marketplace. So either you can host your marketplace with us on our subdomains, or you can, just have the marketplace on your domain and stuff, and use our contracts, use our SDKs and stuff, and just build your own marketplace, if that makes sense. A marketplace Lego.
Yes. Yeah. So yes, it does. Okay. And for the people out there and the listeners who are like, you're just into the pictures, right? This is a really important answer that Ace just gave. Ace just told us that what they're creating is a platform for other people to use that platform for themselves. So what my next question for you, Ace, is how do I invest in Easy Tools, right? Because I believe that the most important things in software are the ability to allow people to use your software and then license it out, right? Like that is the way you make money. So how do I invest in your business? Because clearly you understand what you're doing. So how do I help? Like not me as a not me on the podcast, but like if I'm just a person who's like, holy shit, Easy Tools is like a company. How do I help Easy Tools continue to run while still having like a return on that? Is there a way to do that for me?
Absolutely. So we have a pre-sale going on Harmony right now. We have our NFTs out. How our NFTs work is we're simply doing a rev shares thing with our community. The idea is whatever we earn, the revenue we generate, the gross revenue we generate, our community gets 20% of it. The 20% is then split into all the NFT holders. There's some gamification going on with that as well. You can check that out. Check that out on our website. That's easytools.one. The NFT sales are live right now. It's $70 if you have a discount voucher, $100 if you don't. And after this, after the pre-sale, we are also going to have a multi-chain mint. How that works is you can mint this particular NFT on any chain and you'll receive it on a singular chain. That is, while it's not confirmed, but it's very likely going to be Polygon because of how stable it has been recently. So that's the idea with investing in Easy Tools. The other thing you can do with Easy Tools is there is a referral program we have started. Though the information is not out on the official website, we have discussed it on our Discord as well. So how this works is if you're an NFT holder, and if you refer a project to us, if you refer a partnership to us, and whatever revenue is generated on that, you can receive up to 15% of that revenue. And if you are not an NFT holder, and if you still refer us to someone and that partnership is converted, you get 10% of that revenue. So it's really very community-based, incentive that we are trying to build here. We understand that, in a business, everyone is working with us. We are all interested in growing Easy Tools here. Everyone should have a win-win.
So it's essentially you are part owner of Easy Tools and services, according to what it says here, by owning one of the NFTs up until December 2023, right?
Yeah. So it's not exactly part owner. You have a revenue share. Part owner. Okay. So the difference I would like to mention is, I've personally noticed with most DAOs and stuff, right? Most people, like even all of you, right? You have your own jobs. You don't really want to be making the decisions, right? You don't want to just sit in our Discord and vote on every decision that we make. That's not really what most people want to do. You want to invest and you want us to take care of the decision making. So revenues are split among all of us, and the decisions are us, just the core team. And if we're going to make any major financial decision, that's then going to be decided with all the investors. So it's part revenue. It's core revenue share with decision making support. But it's not core ownership. If that makes sense.
No,
Also, it's not
it
just-
absolutely does.
it makes perfect sense. I was just reading from the website. It says owning an EasyTool NFT essentially makes you a part owner of all the tools and services EasyTool provides. So
Yeah.
it's rev share rather than ownership of the company, right? So
Yeah, we should
Yeah.
clear that verbiage up. But that's cool. I mean, it's not really a big deal to me, but like, as we always have to proofread, right? And that's why we all collaborate. One of the things,
absolutely.
Ace, I wanted to say is, could you list the games that you're working on that you don't have like an NDA for? So like people who don't understand, like clearly we had Space Bank on, right? And then you guys worked with Space Bank,
Yeah.
and we've heard some Warfare 1 guys worked with you guys for a little bit because you guys came from One Verse, which is also another Harmony project. So outside of
Yeah.
could you kind of elaborate how wide your net is? I don't think a lot of people understand how wide it is.
All right, so me and Nikki started off with Chibi Cats Cafe, if you're familiar with them. We built their, like, all the dev aspect of it. Of course, CG is doing the art and stuff. But me and Acadia have been extensively involved in the games, the car racing game, the website, the contracts, entire, like, all of that. We have also been extensively involved with Atlantis. Since the Tamagotchi stuff, it's been, I think, about 4 to 6 months since we've been involved with. It's been since February we were involved with Atlantis. We built everything starting from their website to the Tamagotchi breeding and everything new that you're seeing right now. We have also been in partnership with OneVerse. We did the staking. We are currently working with them on their new website and stuff, on the upcoming games. I'm not sure if I can share that right now. They have their own announcements and stuff. But of course, with the upcoming games and stuff, we also did the Space Bank's escrow that's recently been released, and the upcoming games that Space Bank will have. We'll have a hand in that. What else? Yeah, of course, we are helping Warfare guys as well. Damp and Chris with their new project and stuff. I'm personally doing the contracts. Acadia is helping out with the website. There's that. What else?
Wow.
Who else? Yeah, of course, DTG as well. DeFi the Gods, we helped them out
Thank
with
you.
their quest. Sorry. Yeah, so we helped out DTG with their quest as well as we were working on their game before all the Harmony stuff happened. Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, I think that is it. Maybe I forgot some projects, but
No,
yeah,
I mean, I don't understand how you have the time to work on all those things. So, one of the things that Andy and Fizz, I kind of always really like to hear about is like, how large of a team do you guys have, and how did your team get created, right? Because like clearly it's you and Acadia, right? And that's awesome. But like, how did you and Acadia get together, and then like, how did everything grow from there? Because I can't imagine that just the two of you do all of that without probably being on drugs.
Maybe Arcadia is on, but we can't say that on the podcast, right? Oh, my bad. Okay. So how we started was me and Acadia as college friends. We met in our second year to CS Development Society. We were both game developers back then. We then started doing hackathons together. We built a bunch of augmented reality projects. So for those of you who don't know, my initial specialization was in augmented reality. We might do something with Chivicats or Atlantis for augmented reality soon. So stay tuned for that. And after that, we started with core hyper casual games and stuff. We did that for a while, and then we moved into Web3. So we have about 2 years of game dev experience. And Acadia has about just as much, if not longer, full stack experience, as well as game dev experience, as well as MLAI experience. So Acadia has been working a lot in the space. After that, of course, we had a couple more friends. We did a bunch of stuff. Me and Acadia got into Web3. We started with Chibi Cats. So it's a funny story. I was participating in this hackathon, in this Harmony hackathon. Uh, it, Maybe it's on the Notion still. It was a Geo NFT marketplace. I won that hackathon, and then Harmony team or someone took over that project. But a person from that team then recommended me to Tim. Tim was I think he has the validator, right? Right. Yeah. So,
Yeah, Strong Mind
yeah,
Sold.
yeah.
So if people don't recognize
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
Tim, Strong Mind Sold.
Yeah, Strongman Soul. All right, so that's where I met Loichi. Then Loichi recommended me to CG, right? The admin for Chili Cats Cafe. And that's where we started. He wanted me to bring in a front-end dev as well, so I brought in Acadia. We worked on this. Then we asked, hey, if you like our work, do you want to recommend us to someone? Atlantis was partnered with Chili Cats Cafe at that time, so they hired us from there. After that, we soon realized that, hey, a bunch of stuff that, okay, so soon after we had to do giveaways and airdrops and stuff. So we built sort of an internal tools that allows pretty much everyone in our team to do so. After that, we just say, hey, like, what the hell, we can just release it to public, right? Doesn't make sense to keep a tool to ourselves. Let's just release it to public. And we just release it. So that's how Easy Tools itself started. We got a bunch of our friends and people we have worked with IRL into the team. We started with a 7-person team, 7-person dev team. Right now we have a 4-person dev team. We have been getting back a little for VC purposes and stuff. But we have a 4-person core team right now, 3-person, 3 extra devs for extended work. So we had a 7-person team the entire time. We did a bunch of stuff in tandem. Yeah.
And thank you for saying that. Like, you had a 7-person team, and then you had to cut it back a little bit for VC reasons, and not a lot of people understand that. And sometimes people read into people leaving teams in like a negative light, and sometimes it's just like numbers got to make sense, and like it'll make more sense that way. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I like that. So one of the things that I have a question for you is, like, you guys said you started in like augmented reality, and one of the things that we end up going down the rabbit hole for, because I think Andy, aka Lamb, specifically loves VR, right? And I think AR is more realistic based on like hardware specifications and stuff. Since you have a background in that, could you kind of like nerd out with us for a couple of seconds and let us enjoy some of the more perspective than we have?
All right. Okay, so personally for me, VR is just more accessible. You can't have I have a game dev background. What I really like to build with augmented reality, and a bunch of people, you want to use it for medical reasons and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool and all, but you know what? You can build games. You can build a metaverse with it. What the hell? What do you want to use it for? Real world use cases. That's what I did with them. I used to build real world escape rooms and stuff in augmented reality, so you could use it on your mobile devices. The hardware accessibility was a low barrier to entry with that. When you build with VR, they need Google Cardboard, which is not a really great experience. You need specific hardware devices. You need Oculus or some other variation in that form. Proper VR headset, and it's just not affordable, especially here in India. What is it? $500 ish. It's not really something everyone can afford. So why would you want to build something that already alienates half the target audience? So that's one of the main reasons I personally chose augmented reality. Other than that, it's really fun. Why would you? Okay, you can do a lot of stuff in VR, but it's way cooler in AR. Why? Like one of the things I initially built was during COVID, the entire thing. We were participating in a hackathon, and we built an AR-based contact. What do you call it? Or something model. I don't remember it particularly. But we built a contact tracing model, something in augmented reality. You could see people, in your room moving around and getting contracting COVID and stuff, and you could see in real time, how COVID spreads and stuff. And it was super fun. Those things are super fun to build, especially when you're right there in the middle and just able to see it all on your mobile device. If you want to ask me anything in particular about AR and stuff, go ahead.
I mean, go for it, Andy. I think I'm out of my depth already.
I was going to say, you talk about obviously using mobile device and things like that. I mean, the only one that springs to mind that's probably worth working with in AR would probably be the Microsoft HoloLens, right? Because
okay. Those are sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, you were talking about obviously the price and things like that. I mean, that is a more expensive piece of hardware. So I'm just wondering, like, you know, how.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, in terms of like having that proper AR experience, having something like the HoloLens is going to be the pinnacle of alternate reality. You know, whereas with a mobile device, you're a little bit more restricted, if you know what I mean. So.
Yeah. Okay. So when you're building a product, right? And I understand where you're coming from. Of course, building something for HoloLens or using HoloLens would be awesome, right? It's the ultimate AR experience. But the problem right there is how much of the population can actually afford it, right? Are you gonna really buy your kid HoloLens on his birthday, or even an Oculus, like on his 5th birthday or something?
I'm not going to buy a kid a HoloLens for his, but it's just a no. If I'm going to buy a HoloLens, it is for me. I'm not letting some kid put his sticky fingers on it. That's just not happening. Oculus, yeah, no, they can play with the Oculus all day. I don't care about that. But it's like, you know, the HoloLens, no. That's like the holy grail. You know, it's not
absolutely, right. So what you're actually gonna let them play with is your mobile device, right? You just give them your mobile device, ask them to run around, play Pokemon Go. You know why Pokemon Go actually grew that much was because it was non-restrictive. It supported a bunch of hardware.
Right. Yeah.
Back in the day, yeah. And back in the day, it was supporting, you know, I remember it supported devices that didn't work properly with AR Core, and AR Core is the software and hardware integration for AR in Android devices. So Android devices have AR Core, iOS devices have ARKit. And even the devices that weren't particularly working with AR Core still supported Pokemon Go, which is why it worked. It was just gathering a wider, you know, audience around the world.
Which is why a lot of mobile devices now have these multiple cameras, right? Because some of those are AR cameras, so they can have depth perception, essentially. Is that not right?
Yeah. So depth perception. Okay, yeah. That's one of the things. I think one of the new iOS models even introduced another sensor for it. I don't remember it particularly, but Katie, if you want to add something to that. LiDAR.
Yeah, so the sensor you're talking about helps in scanning your environment and, you know, provide you a better AR experience. So initially,
LiDAR is actually pretty cool, right? Wait, let me nerd out on it a bit. So what happens with normal AR is the images you see on the screen, right? If you put a hand in front of it, the image is just going to be on your hand. There's no layers to it. Can't actually have a depth perception with normal camera AR. What LiDAR allows you to do is, if you have two objects on your screen, you can actually stand in the middle of them. There's gonna be a dynamic occlusion involved on that. Especially with the depth perception, you'll have a real world, you know, location for the objects, and you can come in between those objects. Occlusion is actually a pretty big challenge for AR right now. And LiDAR actually helps a lot with that. LiDAR also but a lot of people don't realize it. This is the aesthetic and cosmetic part of AR that we see right now. You see Pokemon Go, and you see, you know, a bunch of applications that show you something in real world environment. Another thing AR does is it allows you to scan real world environments. There are applications that just allow you to, you know, scan buildings and stuff and create 3D models out of it for games, which is another pretty cool application. So if you can have, and not just that, I remember Meta acquired a company, though they killed it soon. They acquired a company that worked with AR, and not the core AR. They worked with visual recognition. What was that? Visual geospecific something recognition. I don't remember. But what they did was, if you take a bunch of pictures of buildings around you, I put it through an AI algorithm and put it through basically some algorithms and stuff. What it's gonna do is it can predict your location up to 10 centimeters or something. And what that would allow you is to place objects in real world locations. Let's say you want to place an anchor, you want to place a specific model, you want to place some advertisement boards in real world in AR on specific locations. It was going to allow users to do that. It wasn't there back then. I think it was a 2018-ish venture or something. Those are some cool things with AR that people have done up till now.
So, what are you working on specifically right now, AR kind of oriented?
Okay, so we aren't doing much with AR right now. The idea is to venture more into VR, especially for games. Devices are becoming more and more affordable, plus most of the crypto users can afford VR right now, especially for the space. But the dream would be to build, of course, escape rooms and, complete RPGs in AR. If you can just set up an escape room right in your room, that would be the dream now, wouldn't it? You can play with your friends, have a shared environment. We did a bunch of stuff about shared environment and stuff. It's not something we are building right now, just to make it clear. It would be something that would be cool to build and we might build in future.
That'd be really cool. Yeah.
So I guess the next question I have regarding that is one, that would be really cool, but how would that work with multiple devices, right? So one of the things that I kind of don't know is so if I have my iPad, my phone, my wife has her iPad, her phone, right? So my internet in my house can connect whatever many devices, because I pay for the most expensive fiber stuff that we have in the US, right? Because that's awesome. But in India, right, not everyone has access to the same type of internet. So what type of limitations does the hardware in more of the world, where does that exist that people like myself, Andy, Fizz, and most of the people who actually can afford crypto don't actually experience? Because our first world problems is I want the 4000 series for NVIDIA, and not I need to turn my computer on and have actually a screen pop up. So could you explain how those limitations affect your decisioning for stuff?
Yes. Okay. So I think Acadia can add parts of that, but the first thing is so you got to realize it's not just us thinking about it, right? The big corporations, they don't want to isolate countries with slow internet and hardware specifications. If you really look at it, companies are packing stronger and stronger hardware, more optimized hardware into really affordable packages right now. Be it mobile devices, be it laptops, be it iPads and stuff. Sorry, tablets and stuff. And a bunch of processing is now super optimized. So multiplayer packets are smaller now and more optimized for relays and stuff, access caching and stuff for the network. Acadia, do you want to add something to that?
Yeah, you pretty much covered it, but right now, with the multiplayer SDKs which are currently present, they are also trying to optimize the amount of data that has been transferred. So initially, where imagine the whole scene data that was being transferred between two players, now it's just their deltas. So maybe you just moved a little bit, and it's just that small delta that needs to be sent, and not the whole thing which has remained static. And apart from that, there's also some optimization in the sense, seeing your patterns. We could probably just scale it up. So by the time suppose you have a period of inactivity, so you can probably try just
extrapolate that, right?
Yeah. So until the user's back online. So yeah, it sounds a bit gimmicky, but when everything's in play, you wouldn't even realize that the user was gone for a couple of microseconds or milliseconds. So yeah, we are pretty optimistic that in future, at least in a year or two, the network speeds are not gonna matter much, and especially with now 4G and 5G and other even the network speeds
optic fiber, right?
higher.
Optic fibers and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, even even Starlink is supposed to be super fast now, and that's going to be available globally eventually. So
yeah, they have
but
been
like there's still
expanding
going to
their
be choke points, right? Like there's like it doesn't matter how fast everyone's internet is. There's still certain relay points that all traffic has to go through, right? Like there's only so many server farms in the United States. Like, and the only reason I know this shit is because I have people I play video games with that work for Microsoft, and like they were explaining to me like, oh hey, we should, when Halo Infinite came out, right? People hacked their files. I didn't do this because I'm too stupid to, but you could turn off your ability to connect to certain networks because theoretically the network farm that is in like Wyoming is one of the best ones for, the Pacific Northwest. But like it's actually not that great unless you're in that one area. So like it ended up being a shitty experience, and like people would end up changing that stuff. But the reason why I'm saying that is because when you explain the network traffic to me, it's like, yeah, everyone can have really awesome speeds, but like at some point in time, once we add every single person to this information highway, like there will be certain points in time where like we have to upgrade from what is T1, right, to the next capability. I know fiber is optic and it's theoretically limitless, but it's not limitless, right? Because there's places where the fibers, got to get connected to things. Am I wrong in that, or did I misunderstand?
Oh, it's like MMD just said in the chat. So the data is prioritized, and only that needs to be sent to other users is sent in optimized packages, and the rest is processed locally. So it's like the same reason that they had to go from they had to change from IPv4 addressing to IPv6 addressing to allow more devices to connect, and obviously with that you're going to then need to increase the speeds that computers can handle. So obviously, like you said, you've got fiber optic connections and things like that, and the exchanges are being updated. The difference is milliseconds. So the latency that you can experience in games now when you play online multiplayer games, for example, somebody might be lagging the fuck out if they're in a bad area, or maybe their computer is choked up with different packages and things like that. But eventually, I would imagine that the internet is going to be so fast for everyone globally that, yeah, okay, you're going to have choke points, but they're literally going to be milliseconds. And unless you're being DDoSed by half the world, it's not really going to make much difference, I don't think. That's the way I understand it.
Yeah, that's true actually. So it's happening both ways. So the network bandwidth is also increasing. At the same time, the data packets are growing smaller. So like if you see nowadays, most of the applications have most of their things cached already, and it's not huge download packets that we need to keep downloading again and again just to use the application. So
a little bit like ZK rollups.
Yeah. So yeah, like yeah. In the end, the data packets are also shrinking. So worst case,
that's really interesting.
There are some choke points. Yeah.
Isn't it normally like with data information, it like grows exponentially, right? Like it doubles for like the next quality, right? So like the fact that then how do you create that inverse relationship then, right? Because that doesn't make sense to me. Can you explain that?
Yeah, sure. So what you're saying is right. So initially we had just suppose in the initial multiplayer games, we just had 1 degree of freedom or 2 degree of freedom, where you could just move in a 2D plane or maybe just in a single dimension. But now you can also look around and you can have different weapons. And you see there's a lot of information points that have been increasing just to run a multiplayer game. But at the same time, the way we are sending this data across is improving. So the algorithms we're using to compress the data and to send it quickly, those are also improving. So that way, suppose if I were to transfer the same data maybe 5 years back, it would have led to a larger file size compared to what it would be now. So that way, the packet sizes are shrinking. So it's getting more optimized. So it's no doubt that in future we might also have even more data points which we might need to transfer. But the file transfer techniques are also like getting advanced. So the file, we'll be able to probably transfer much more data in the same packet size.
It seems like it's like a business cycle then, right? Like it gets with data sizes increases, and then it gets a little more optimized. So then the amount of, and then it kind of goes up and down, up and down. Awesome, cool. Yes. Thank you for teaching me. I appreciate that. I was just like, wait, what? He's saying something that disagrees with what I thought I knew. Awesome. I appreciate that.
So, I mean, it's like, my understanding as well is I remember about, it's got to be close to 10 years ago now. I remember watching a CES video, and they were talking about televisions that were coming out. And at the time, I think then it was like full HD 1080p TVs were being rolled out, and they said the next iteration of that was going to be 4K, and they showed some demonstrations of 4K TVs. But at the same CES conference, they also had 8 and 16K televisions as well. And the interesting thing is that you already have 8 and 16K televisions in existence and beyond that, but they're not ready to release that technology because the infrastructure isn't there to keep up with it. For example, we're only just going into the realms of being able to efficiently stream 4K, like a movie streamed rather than that in 4K, and that is for some people still off limits, but for it's becoming more of a thing. But eventually that's obviously going to be 16K and above, but most people are still using HD and all of that kind of stuff. So it's very interesting. I mean, that's just one example of large data, but then imagine there's a lot of services for game streaming now as well, so you don't even need a good computer to be able to play computer games. Now you can use online streaming services where they have the hardware, where you can literally just connect to them and the game is being streamed to your computer. So imagine the latency issues with that as well.
So have you played that? Have you done it?
I haven't, but I've heard from people sometimes it can be good.
Destiny 2 was free on Stadia for a bit. So I tried it because I have I had a fucking addiction to that game, man. It was weird. So I will tell you that the latency issues are you cannot play multiplayer in any fucking capacity. Like, I want to put a bullet in your mouth. But for like a PvE or a story driven game, I mean, the latency between your button press and the actions happening, for me, because I have great internet, was about the same as if you were going from to an old school tube television, from like that kind of responsiveness, like when we first had our first iteration HD TVs, where there was like that 7 millisecond delay, or even, it's probably more than that, it was like 40 seconds or something. It was more like that kind of an experience. So I would say that but that was like 3 years ago, right? Like, Katie, what was the data size, traffic, and that kind of technology then versus now? And like, why would they have gotten rid of those seemingly unprofitable projects if that was if they thought it was the future? Why didn't they continue going with it? If you know the answer to that.
Yeah. So I think the main reason was the internet infrastructure, like as you mentioned. So it wasn't even available in India because I think the network specifications were really high, and I think Google has their own broadband which they were recommending to use. If I'm not wrong. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly, but I think I see that as promising, because right now, if you see most of the software in the software development world, most of the people connect to a virtual machine, to a remote machine which is in the cloud, and work off of that. So this is this is a bit secure as well. So companies need not worry if the employees' laptops are gone or something. And right now with they don't need to have a lot of latency as what we would require for a multiplayer gaming. But yeah, it is still pretty good now. So you would almost forget that you're not on your actual laptop and it's off a server which is running on cloud. So I think it's a step in the right direction. But yeah, I definitely see it coming back again. It will resurface with probably a better algorithm for sending data across the network and probably reducing latency as well.
So I have got another question. So I know you guys want to give away something as well during the show. We'll talk about that in just a second. But one thing I was thinking about, considering Easy Tools creates tools for Web3, crypto, blockchain applications, and things like that. I don't want to oversimplify what you guys do, because what you do is a huge amount of work, and your tools are absolutely massively valuable to the crypto space, I think. But one thing I was thinking about the other day was, we're talking about Web3, we're talking about the next iteration or next application layer almost in computer technology, which is Web3 integration with the blockchain. So I was thinking, like, surely, unless it already exists and I'm a complete muppet, should there not be a next generation browser for Web3? And if so, what would something like that look like?
Isn't Brave already doing that though? Brave has IPFS integration. I think Protocol Labs is already actively working with Brave as well.
Okay, no, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to
so,
get them on.
so Brave has the BAT token, right? So so they have inbuilt ad blockers and stuff. What they do is they give you the option to watch ads. If you do watch the ads, you get paid in BAT tokens, basic attention tokens on Brave. So it's super recommended. It's really secure. It's pretty useful if you can just drop IPFS CIDs. You don't need gateways with Brave. You can use your Web3 applications pretty easily. They have Web3 wallet built in. They also support MetaMask. And they support most plugins and stuff that you use with Chrome and stuff for Web3 accessibility.
That's
It's pretty
really
good
cool.
browser, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't actually aware of that. I feel like a complete noob now because I was just thinking the other day there needs to be an appropriate browser for Web3 browsing.
Well,
I think, yeah.
We see where it came from. Hey, Andy, I think this is a great opportunity to take our first water break.
I
I think you need
completely
to hydrate. I think we're losing track a little bit. Hey Ace, why don't you do us a favor and explain a little bit about a whitelist ticket, and then maybe Andy will tell the people what to do to start a raffle, and then we're gonna take a small little break. Everyone get some water, hydrate yourself, and while Ace explains to us the amazing things that they have going on with their whitelist.
All right, awesome. All right. So with the whitelist vouchers right now, you can avail discounts on our NFT minting, which is in pre-sale right now. So the pre-sale price is already lower than the main sale price, which is at $100, and you can avail an extra $30 discount on those NFTs. Right now, we have the reveal event coming soon, so the images aren't revealed yet. The reveal event is coming soon, very likely towards the end of the September or towards the end of this month. And you can be part of the revenue share pool. With Easy Tools, we have a bunch of partnerships coming up. We are expanding to 20 plus EVM chains by the end of this year itself. And we are going to be working with a bunch of projects as well through our tools. So it's an awesome opportunity to invest as well as generate revenue through Easy Tools. Another cool thing with us is we're not really market sensitive investment. Whenever we work with a project, any of the revenue generated is gonna be then split into stables and then gonna be distributed to the community. So you have a very token independent revenue share. It's gonna be very secure in terms of that, in terms of market volatility. So if you're looking for that, then this is a great raffle to be part of. Check it out. That pretty much covers it.
Wow. No, that's a water break. Way too much.
Right?
Way too much. Yeah, but I have a couple of funny stories about Ace. I don't know if I can share them or not.
Yeah. You can share whatever you want.
For some reason, Ace keeps calling me the hype man. I don't know why. I was very sad today because I was expecting the mythical fan that he always has running in his room. That makes the best ASMR sound ever. It's incredible because he talks with that fan on. It's on, always on that fan.
Well, it's probably like 100 fucking degrees, man. He's in India. I don't even know in India where he is, but I know it's probably hot as balls there. There's a reason he has the fan on, dude. What we should do. This is what we should do.
I already told them that. I told them. I'm buying his NFTs just so that everyone can buy his NFTs, so that someone can buy him a freaking AC, man.
No, we can't give him the money. He's too cheap to buy the air conditioner. He works with all these projects. He can fucking afford it, but we gotta help him get it, man. Like he's like, nah, fan's fine, it's cool. I don't need that. And just wait till you have air conditioning, bro. Just wait. You're never going backwards, and then he understands that because then it's like your first luxury item. Once you buy one, you can't go backwards.
Yeah. Basically, that's like that in everything in this world. So sometimes you better not try something new.
From what I understand, some parts of India, you're not just going to need air conditioner, but you can also need to have a dehumidifier running at the same time.
Yeah. So, okay. So, me and Acadia did our college in Goa, right? If you guys have heard of it, it's a huge tourist place. It's super humid out there. It's basically it's a beachy place. There's just ocean out there. It gets super humid, and we had our host rooms and stuff, and it was just killing us for most part. And Acadia can you explain that stuff. But holy dude, it just gets super humid. I'm not sure if you guys face the same issue in other parts of the world, but in some places,
yes,
especially in India,
I do.
I don't.
I live in a swamp, dude. I fucking hate it. I mean, I like living in the in the mid Atlantic of the United States because we only get a little bit of winter. But when it's hot and humid, dude, you can walk outside and you're just immediately sweating before you even close the front door. You know what I mean? You just walk outside, you're like, oh, it's gonna be this kind of a day. I'm gonna have to and not to be gross, but I'm gonna have to change my underwear twice today because I'm gonna sweat through my Under Armour shorts. This is gonna be gross, and there's nothing you can do. So please tell me you moved from that level of humidity to a different, less level of humidity, or is it still in the high 80s?
No. So both of us are pretty much done with our college. Acadia is graduated. I'm in my thesis year. So yeah, I have a master's. For those of you who don't know, I have a master's in physics and bachelor's in electronics. So I'm back home now. It's not as hot. It's not as humid. It's just as hot, but it's not as humid. It's actually even hotter. So the places that are not humid are hotter for us. It's very weird like that. Acadia's place is pretty nice though. Acadia, you want to share a bit about where you live?
I mean, if you count floods as being nice.
Yeah. Okay, Acadia just had a flood. It was super fun.
So, I guess
I would say that's pretty humid.
I would also say that if the water was rising, it's rather wet. So I'm gonna be really, really obnoxious and say my only experience of the culture of India was from watching the Top Gear India special, and I understand that that's not really a reasonable representation of what everything is like. How is life changed for you guys from the beginning of the pandemic till now? Because we don't in the western part of the world, we don't really get coverage of what life was like for you guys during that tumultuous time.
All right. Okay. So just coming at it from the work perspective. Of course, we both got into Web3 and stuff. But I realized before we got into Web3, Acadia, do you want to share that story? Are you comfortable with that story, the early work?
I mean, you can go ahead.
Okay. No, if you want to do it in your own words, that would be cool. I can share my story. You can early work stuff. Okay, wait. I'll have go ahead from Acadia. Okay, so early parts of his. Okay, you gotta realize he was working at a place, pretty much full time, right? 8 hours a day ish, 5 days a week or something, and he was getting paid around. What does it translate to in US dollars? Let me just check. He was getting paid $125 a month. And you got to realize Acadia is a really talented dude.
Right? Yes. No, I absolutely. I'm sorry. I just love to hear that. I'm going to ask another question when you're done. I apologize for interrupting.
Yeah. Go ahead. Got a question?
No. It's going to be another question about so with that $125, what would that get you? If you got $125, clearly that's what you earned for a month. But what would that spend for you? Just so people have an understanding.
It's generally not much. So okay, what is $125? Okay, so MacBook is still $2,300 for us, right? You can't get a MacBook. MacBook Air is $1,500-ish here. I think that's the standard price everywhere. I'm not sure. You get the burger at $1 here. So if that's some kind of comparison, can get.
I mean, like for the general living expense, I think yeah, it is possible to live off because other things are cheap as well. But what Ace is trying to get at is like yeah, probably the normal living. Like I think
Yeah, like
the
poverty, like the
Yeah,
poverty
you,
line.
you
Yeah,
can't you,
absolutely.
you can't live off
yeah,
of $125, man. What do you mean? You can't live off of
No.
$125.
I don't think you're capable of that. So like, not that I want to like know your actual like spending, but like on an average budget, like what would it cost for like one of you guys that like, okay, you have your own place, right? Like how much does your place cost if it's nice in like the United with like in like dollars, if you would be comfortable sharing that, or even like a range,
yeah.
just so people
Like
kind of get that.
yeah, it's the rent for if you're just living alone, like you just need a single like 1 BHK apartment or something. So that costs around 200 to $350, like a comfortable in a good area
Okay.
with a lot of connectivity. So yeah, 200 to $350 is the price range for just 1 BHK and like yeah,
Okay.
all the
Okay.
amenities.
Yeah, so that's
Awesome.
a bachelor place, right? So
Yep.
yeah,
So
that makes sense.
that's not for a family. That's just like, you know, you hanging out with yourself. Thank you for that perspective. I didn't want to derail the story. I just kind of like to have more context about like
Yeah.
when they talk about what you're making and like how underpaid you are. It was just kind of like want people to recognize like the context of that for us, because like literally $125 doesn't even pay half of my cell phone bill. Right, like you were getting, and I'm not trying to be like an asshole. Like that's just what it is, right? Like that's just how it goes, right? Like we have a lot of shit. We got, you know, kids, devices, and stuff. So thank you so much for your time, for letting me interject. I apologize for derailing it. Can you please tell Acadia a story?
Yeah, so that was Acadia's like first job. After that, he joined another firm. They were paying him like $250-ish a month, and you got to realize the work he was doing was generating thousands of dollars, right? Because it's a firm, you know, when you work anywhere in a firm, the profit share or the revenue share that it comes down, that drips down to you as your salary, is just a fraction of what you're making. And at some point, both me and Acadia realized it's not even about job and how much we are making with the job. It's literally what we are making at the job. I got an internship. My internship was decently well paid. I was, making I think $1,500-ish my internship, but that was earlier this year. And that was a Web3 internship as well. So you got to realize that thing is generally not common around here. That is a decent salary for a fresher or something. And in perspective, both of us are building something that impacts a lot of people and are in charge of what we're building. When we were working, with companies, it's really not in our control. We're just building either a small fraction of what can be something really cool. It's not a bunch of creative input that you can give all the time. There is, of course, there are great companies and there are people who listen to you, but the creative input part is not that good when you work somewhere. So it's not even about working in Web3 in particular. It's just working a regular job. I'm not sure if it's just an India thing. It can be a worldwide thing, pretty much. I'm pretty sure like jobs suck most of the places, but especially for us, I think me and Acadia were initially pretty underpaid, especially Acadia, man. He was just a really awesome dev. You have seen his work. Atlantis website, the Chibicats website, the other stuff that he does. And he was extremely well paid, and his life especially has changed. He has received his self-worth. And that's pretty awesome. Me, on the other hand, I'm just doing fine. I can live off my fun. Right? You guys understand, right? So for us, it's great. It's great. The financial independence is fine. It's all right. It's all right. We were living off of whatever we had before. But what we build right now, it's just awesome. I realized we were game devs before, and now we get to game dev for a living. And to okay, so this is gonna this has been very India specific, but just to put things into perspective, you guys have played a bunch of hyper casual games on your phones, right? Like Candy Crush or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what those developers make. Okay, so are you guys familiar with the process for hyper casual games? Like how hyper casual games get published and how studios work for that?
Even if we are, please enlighten us.
Right. Right. So basically, you go to a publisher, they see your game. either you partner with them, in which case it's for every failed prototype you get like $1,000 or something. Usually your studio is at least 5 team members. Those $1,000 are split between the 5 team members. If you're really quick, you can churn out 4 prototypes a month. If you're not that quick, you can churn out 2 prototypes a month. So $1,000 divided into like 4 or 5 team members. That's how hyper casual scene works, and that's just working internationally. So I think most of the space, most of the work is not really as appreciated as Web3 right now. It's a booming space. The work is really appreciated here, and it's pretty great to work.
I really appreciate you sharing that. So like Acadia, when you were working on games, what kind of games were you making? Did you make anything that we might have played here in the US?
So so mostly we were making games for the Indian audience. So basically, some sort of advertisement for a event or something like that, or like mostly Indian-based games. So that was that. And the hyper casual games which Ace mentioned, we also tried being a gaming studio where we would develop like hyper casual games and keep releasing out, expand our team and everything. But as Ace mentioned, like the revenue was very less, and we had to either raise fundings and like have a group of investors on board just so that we could hire a team until we actually make profit out of it. So it was a very we had to have a lot of upfront investment in that. So we really didn't go too much, but we do have, I think, a few game links which I think Ace can share it if that's possible. Ace.
Sure, we can share it after the podcast, I guess. Let's share it now.
Those are like pretty
That's cool.
development stage games, but yeah, you can get a gist of like how what our work was. Yeah.
Just to interject quickly, the raffle has started so that you guys can get a whitelist to mint one Easy Tools NFT. So that has started in the Twitch chat. All you need to do is type !raffle to enter, and you will be in with a chance to win a whitelist for one mint for an Easy Tools NFT. Sorry, please continue.
Okay, you say?
Yeah. Like I was done with my point.
Alright.
So yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, so so tell us again, for those who maybe have joined us in the last 10 minutes at all, what is it they are winning in this whitelist? What is the NFT about? I know you've already explained it at the start, but just briefly explain it again.
All right, so this NFT allows, so first of all, whitelist voucher allows you to avail discount, $30 discount, on the $100 pre-sale mint that is going on Harmony right now for our revenue share NFTs. How those NFTs work is we have a 20% pool that is going to be split among all the NFT holders with some gamification that you can read about on our website. That's easytools.one. It's a decently secure investment. Of course, do your own research and stuff, and don't invest anything you don't want to lose. But the thing is, against our market, our NFT and our product really works out against our market conditions as long as projects exist and as long as people are using our tools. Another really cool thing that we did was we didn't want to reward people in our own tokens because there is just too much sell pressure. People usually don't avail it at the right time, and it really loses value over time and stuff, no matter how hard you're working on it. So what we did with that was whenever we generate some revenue, we convert that, whichever token the revenue has been received from, into stables, and then 20% of those that would be then split among the community NFT holders. Another really cool thing that happens with the NFT is if you refer us to another project for a partnership for some of our tool or some of our work, you get 15% referral bonus. So 15% of the revenue generated directly goes to you. That is above the 20% that is being distributed to the community. So you can get up to 35% of the revenue going back to the community. If you're not an NFT holder, you still get 10%, but extra 5% is always good. That explains it.
Very cool. So, like I said, you have the ability now to enter in the Twitch chat. Just type in !raffle and you will be in the running for an NFT for Easy Tools. I was just checking the system is working. There we go. They are on the way there. So get yourself one of those whitelist spots. So there is a question that we typically ask every guest that comes on, and I think it's somebody else's turn today. I asked last time, I think. Whose turn is it today?
I mean, I'm not. If Fizz is available, he's been quiet the entire time, so I think he might be driving. But Fizz, are you there?
I'm actually available to ask the question if you need me.
We always need you.
I think in that case you should go ahead and ask.
Okay. Ace.
Yes, man.
Guys, if your projects were fruit, what fruit would they be?
I think first fruit I think of is mango, man. It's nice fruit. But yeah, I think mango works. Mango is everyone's favorite, I hope, and everyone likes it. So hopefully mango.
Mango.
Katie, what do you think?
Your answer is accepted.
Katie, do you have any other opinion? Okay.
Yeah, I would like to differ here. I would prefer peach, not mango. That's too mainstream.
Why peach? Why peach?
I mean, have you ever looked at a peach? Does it not remind you of Easy Tools?
I've looked at several people.
Well, I mean, it's probably the most spankable fruit, right?
Yeah, I was just kidding, but yeah.
Millions of peaches for me.
Yeah, I don't think that Acadia recognized that. Now that's going to be a highlight that we tweet out about everything. Thank you so much, Acadia. We appreciate that. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
Peaches come from a can.
So,
listen, man, way I'd have peaches every day. Okay,
peaches and cream.
Dude, this is gonna stink.
I don't think that they recognize the song that we're referencing, Fizz, because we're so old.
Yeah.
But we are.
The way
in this space we are.
You can pull out anybody that's 40 or older in a crowd. Just yell, "Peaches come from a can." And like everybody that's over 40, will you turn around and yell, "They were put there by a man."
I do not get this reference. I am clearly not old enough.
Oh, okay. So you need to look up what's the name of the song, dude? I remember riding like the school bus. It was on the radio.
America, Peaches.
I think if you Google peaches these days, you're just going to get Justin Bieber.
I don't understand that joke, and I'm not sure it needs to be explained.
It's not a joke. It's a song he released, Peaches.
Oh.
Original MMD says, "In a factory downtown."
Oh, hell yeah.
Boy, there's my people right there. I knew it. That's my people.
There's a reason he's on the team. I love it.
Love it. So, Ace, Arcadia as well. Tell us something we don't know about Easy Tools. Tell the people what you want them to hear about Easy Tools right now.
All right. So one of the coolest things about Easy Tools is, and I think I tweeted this a couple days back. With your regular projects, there's only so much you can expand in scope, right? You have a GameFi project, you're gonna keep building GameFi and stuff. And with Easy Tools, it's there's just so much we're building. It's if you invest in Easy Tools, or if you just use Easy Tools, the goal is if you exist in Web3, you're gonna be using Easy Tools, whether you know it or not. Hopefully by the end of this year, if not early next year. Just expanding so much with different products and stuff. That's pretty cool. The name came from, so it's a fun fact. It's a trivia thing. But, most if you're not young enough to know the gaming slang, it's GG easy, right? So that's where Easy Tools came from. If you talk to me, there are times when I just spell easy, EASY as easy, EZ. So that's where the naming came from, and it just stuck. Now we have Easy Tools. Akira, do you want to share something about Easy Tools?
I think I'll save it for the other times. So yeah, I think we're good.
Well, I know we're getting close, but I have a question for you guys that I think is related to the project that I think it would be really awesome for you to get out to people listening. Is what do you think is the biggest problem that you guys have solved that you're like the most proud of? Right? Because like, when you guys build stuff, you're seeing a need, you're filling a need. Sometimes that need is money, right? And you're filling it with code that you built for other people. But when you are building stuff for Easy Tools and you're looking to look toward your expansion, what is like, what challenge have you already overcome that you guys are most proud of? And would you be willing to share that? And then what is the next challenge that you want Easy Tools to try to make a solution for? Drop that alpha for us.
Akira, do you want to go first on that?
Yeah, I think so. I think one of the biggest problems when we started off working with projects was we saw that there was a lot of like a lot of tools which were being developed by the projects again and again, and there were a few things like we saw like the community needed a Discord board which could probably like give you roles based on your like the NFTs you hold or the tokens you have. And at the time when we were new, we saw that Collabland didn't support Harmony at that point, and it was only for few chains. So we thought like it was Harmony was just another EVM chain, and it could also be easily supported by them. But it was just that it wasn't maintained, or like they had like probably more things like more important features or something.
Yeah.
So so what we wanted was that we like since we were Harmony first, we know how how projects on small chains have different problems, and so like if you try getting like a contract solution outsourced, most of the other projects which are also providing you contracts like staking and other things are not supporting all chains yet. So what we are trying to do, we have actually done is we are going with the small chains first, and we are ensuring that the projects and the communities in these small chains don't have like any issues, and like their development experience is smooth, so that the communities might be small now, but we know and we are optimistic that these would be growing and like would be like the next big thing in the future. So that's one thing which I'm especially proud of, that we were able to bring a lot of tools and services to Harmony, and now we are also expanding to other chains where other like projects haven't reached out yet. So that's one thing we're excited on, and yeah, we'll also be working on expanding that. Ace, I think you can take over.
So I have a different answer for that. When we started Easy Tools, the vision was actually connecting projects. It's a really fun story. We started out by before it was Easy Tools, we were building community tools. It was about the community, and it was about bringing projects together. So if you see a staking platform, when you scroll through it, all the projects exist. You know how much each project is giving out its rewards. If that intrigues you, you buy an NFT, you sweep the floor, you stake. And that's how there's just cross project awareness and stuff. And that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to build a unified experience among projects. So if 5 projects use Easy Tools, everyone knows how to stake on Easy Tools after that. They see other project staking on Easy Tools, they see the project, they become aware of it. It's a really cool way to connect projects. So that's what we built. That's something we wanted to tackle first, connecting projects on a platform, bringing a unified experience to everyone on the chain, and of course on other chains as well. So that's something we did was really cool. And the next thing, of course, is our multi-chain expansion. Going to 20 plus chains. I don't think most tools don't do that. Even the most expansive tools are like supporting 10, 15 chains at best. Most of them focus on top 3 chains or something. That's going to be super cool if you have an experience with Easy Tools, staking on Easy Tools, Easy Staking, and Harmony. You're going to bring that experience to, say, Binance or Evmos or some other chain, Fendora. And the project out there is going to be staking on Easy Tools as well. It's just a super easy experience. You know exactly how you're supposed to do it. You're not going to be struggling with it anymore. So that's one of the things we are aiming for and would be super cool if we can achieve.
That's really cool. Easy Tools is such a diverse and it's a major project, and it's going to make access to building on different chains much more accessible for most people that are looking to deploy. And I absolutely commend you guys for building what you have. And I find, how long have you actually been working on Easy Tools? What year did you start?
Okay, so Easy Tools started sometime, the community tools part started sometime in January-ish, I think, mid-January this year. Before that, we did build some basic stuff. So, so I was personally working on this, time capsule Web3 project, where the time capsule actually holds the NFTs. It's all, encrypted data and stuff, and then it sends it back to you in whenever, in 10 years, 15 years. It's just persistent. So that was something I was working on. Before that, Acadia was building a couple things as well, and then we started with Easy Tools. We said, hey, let's bring it to the community. Then earlier this year, Easy Tools started right after the GB Cats launch.
So Easy Tools, you said January this year. You guys have really been working with military precision to get what you've got out so far.
We have a lot of effort has gone into building this, and people don't realize, but whenever we build a product, there are multiple iterations on it. I've written contracts and then entirely scraped them off, then started right from scratch, optimizing it again and again, and what you actually use is one of the more optimized versions of it. Same with Acadia, we both work with security intensive stuff. There's migration, there's other stuff that requires signatures, that requires some backend optimization stuff. And we actually spend hours and hours actually trying to optimize it. And you'll be really surprised. Acadia is so awesome with its work. The early part of Easy Tools, he was able to manage most of our hosting and server costs for free. And he's such a sucker for optimization and data users and stuff. He was able to host all of our products for free for the earlier part of our work, and then we started expanding and it just couldn't work anymore. But so there is a lot of work that goes in when you're just pushing out something unoptimized. And if any of you have some developing experience, you're going to relate to this. But if you're just building something and you use loops and stuff and there's not much optimization in your mind, you just say, hey, the gas cost is really low, it's not going to matter. It does matter in the long run, and that's what we try to build for all of our products. Just try to bring out the best version possible, try to optimize it the best possible, try to provide the best security possible with our internal testing team and stuff. So it just takes hours and hours to bring everything out. And our team has been pretty awesome, and that's why even though it takes such a long time, we have been able to push products out.
That's absolutely amazing, guys. You've done such a fantastic job, so well done to all of your team.
Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah.
No problem at all. Priest Fizz, do you have any more questions before we announce the winner of the whitelist for the mint for the Easy Tools NFT? And no, hello.
Anything else? I'm going to have to bid you guys farewell, and I wanted to thank you guys for coming on the show and sharing all this wonderful information.
Thanks for having us, man. Really appreciate you asking us all the cool questions and stuff.
There's only one question left.
Okay.
What's the meaning of life? I told everyone that you knew, so now you need to answer it.
Hang. Acadia, you want to take that? I give all the hard questions to Acadia first.
This is the perfect question for Acadia.
I think, yeah, it was Ace's commitment, right? To
Wait.
answer the tough
Are you
questions.
saying did you just say the meaning of life is ace? That's really sweet, man.
Okay,
It was
I
ace.
think it's
It was ace.
okay. I mean, so my answer is whatever Ace's answer is. So
The
you guys
fanfics
just
coming
copy
in and
paste.
stuff.
Oh no.
Shippers in the house. All right. Okay, so meaning of life would be building, man. Honestly. Okay. If you aren't a builder, if you're not actively building something, try build something. It's the most fun you can practically have. That would be the serious answer. And of course, it's ace for the merger. Yeah.
And here's me sitting thinking that the meaning of life all of these years has been 42.
Not 420. Oh. Yeah.
No, 42. 42. It is 42. I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I think
Right.
some of our literate people. Not all of us are literate, by the way. Myself, I'm only semi-literate. But my wife read it to me. So thank you very much, Douglas Adams. I appreciate you, sir.
For sure. So, I think with that, Ruggles, if you want to go ahead and reveal who the winner is for that whitelist spot so that they can mint their NFT from Easy Tools. It is Mr. Fabio Crypto. You have won the whitelist to mint one Easy Tools NFT. Join our Discord and reach out to Sir Ruggles on average. And you'll be able to get that. If you could display the Discord link in there as well for me, Ruggles, that'd be great. So congratulations to Mr. Fabio Crypto. Well done. We're going to be bugging out now. We're going to be shutting down, going away, and Easy Tools, Ace, Arcadia, thank you so much for coming on the show today. You guys are absolutely awesome, and I'm looking forward to minting one of those NFTs myself. I do love me a little bit of RevShare. I'm going to be getting my hands on one of those. If you want to go and get your hands on one of those, head over to easytools.one and check that out as well and learn more about Easy Tools and what they have, and keep an eye on them for what they have in the future as well. If you're thinking about setting up a crypto project, they pretty much have all of the bespoke turnkey options for you to be able to utilize so that you can do that successfully. Typically what we do before we start signing out for the day is we usually ask some people to give some sort of positive affirmation or say some positive words to the viewers / listeners of the show. Ace, if you wanted to start with that and give the people something.
You know what? I'll let Acadia go first on this as well. Acadia, you wanna go first?
You'll have to leave. Ace, I think you can carry on. Yeah, I have nothing to add.
Okay, so what kind of positive affirmations you want to give out? You just want me to say anything, like just anything in
any positive affirmation, and maybe it's a quote that you live by.
Right, so one of the things we discussed early in the early part of the journey, right, was if you have a backup plan, your first plan is never going to succeed. So, that's one of the things I live by. Just whatever you're working for, if you're looking for success, if you're looking for something in your life, if you're already prepared a backup plan, you're just waiting for your first plan to fail, and that's never cool. So don't have a backup plan, man. Live on the streets.
I like that. That's really good advice. I like that. What about yourself? What about yourself, Fizz? Are you still there? Can you give us something? He might not be available to do so now. Priest?
I don't think he's there anymore.
All right. I was going to steal Priest and say go touch some grass today.
Go touch some
Hell
grass.
yeah.
Indeed. Go touch some grass. Go touch some balls. Go touch some fish. Whatever it is that you do. And by balls, I'm golf balls, footballs, that kind of thing. I'm not, What about you, Priest?
So I want to use a. I'm not going to be able to reference the writer, but I'm going to say it's from Ted Lasso. I don't know, because I love Ted Lasso. So if you don't have Apple TV, you can get it for free. Please watch Ted Lasso. It's actually amazing as a television show. But it's be curious, not judgmental. And I think that is kind of the best part of being able to ask people questions. And then on the second note is share the things that matter to you with your significant other. Sometimes we forget like the stuff that mattered to us when we were like 12. And I had the opportunity to do that this weekend when I took some time away from turning off my phone and computer. And my wife asked me why I was crying and looking at a fucking thing. And I was like, well, my first lacrosse stick was from this university. And the one I just bought for our daughter is from the same place. And I just couldn't handle it, right? Like, just share those things because you forget that sometimes. Because we have a lot of people who build things here who are, parents, working in their on their free time, hobbies. I know Fizz right now is trying to balance time with his son and doing his work stuff. So just remember to share those things because, they actually do matter to the other person, even if they don't matter to you anymore. So have fun, everybody.
I like that. Very profound. What about you, Sir Ruggles?
It's pretty hard to go after Priest. Priest needs to be the last one all the time. It's just impossible. So I'm just gonna say, when you're in trouble, take a deep breath, count to 10, and then make your answer.
Then make your ass hurt. What was that?
Make your answer.
Oh, your answer. Okay.
Yeah, by the way, I just scared the baby by how hard I laughed. I just scared the baby by how hard I laughed. I love you.
Yeah, let's make the S word. Okay.
Okay.
Another one. Oh.
Well, with all of that said and done, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Portuguese is an awesome language. Bom dia.
Since we've got a ton of Legion of Soul folks that are our viewers or listeners, I wanted everybody to know if you've got a demon listed for under one soul, delist it because the floor price doubled overnight. It's almost up to one soul.
I don't list anything.
Yo, I don't list anything either. Everything's staked, but that is good information. Thank you for sharing that, Fizz. Somebody, one of the people from there was messaging me, and I was trying to balance like paying attention here and the baby and that. But that's awesome. Legion of Soul, Trek, we love you. Keep it up, man. You're kicking ass.
Absolutely smashing. I've got mine staked because it's all about that fire.
Yeah, that fire.
Yeah.
And those D-Scully collaborations getting dropped this week, I think.
Oh. Does that mean with fire or just Solana?
I believe they're going to be airdropped to holders.
No.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's why the floor price is going insane. That is so awesome. I have so many. I am so excited.
Well,
I'm excited. Yes, it's extremely exciting.
With all of that said and done, make sure that you tune in. What day is it today? It's Wednesday, right? Yeah, it's Wednesday. Make sure you tune in on Friday. I lost track of time. Make sure you tune in on Friday and catch the show. Then more information is over at cryptolamb.live. If you like the show, make sure you go ahead and follow. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure you go over to YouTube and subscribe. Hit the notification bell and all that jazz. Leave a comment and a like and so on and so forth. But also make sure that if you want to get us a coffee, you can do so by heading over to cryptolamb.live/donate. And if you are a project and you would like to advertise with us, you can do so at cryptolamb.live/partners and check out some of the packages that we have there as well. And yeah, absolutely amazing. I'm loving the sounds that are coming out of, I assume that was you, Priest.
Nah, it's my daughter.
No,
I just wanted to say who is going to be on Friday. So Friday we have 3 artists that work in the Web3 space that have activism at their core. So they're going to be ones from projects that that we've had on. We have Outrageous Cat from some amazing projects. We have Coffee Converter from San, and then we have at Fidel Everywhere. So if you know who at Fidel Everywhere is, he will be on Friday. So we're going to have more of a roundtable type discussion where we talk about artists and what inspires them while they are, creating, and then, the causes that those people, care about. Because I think one of the things that we all kind of recognize is we all have gone through either hardships, right? Whether they are like mental health awareness, or we see people who have gone through domestic violence would be issues. We want to make sure that people understand that crypto is not just about making crazy degen gains. It's about also showing that we care and we do the right thing. So thank you everyone who shows up on Friday. We know that we have some awesome giveaways already lined up. So thank you. We appreciate everybody. And with that, Andy, I'll kick it back to you.
Awesome, man. I just wanted to know one thing from you, actually, Priest. Has your daughter said her first words yet?
She had, well, if you count "yeah" as a word, yes. But if not, no. But she has figured out that she can roll across the entire house faster than she can crawl. So we have had places where she hasn't been able to get to that she somehow today figured out how to get to. So Daddy had to move things while we were on the podcast. It was fun.
That's awesome, man. So no,
I thought that you said decentralized the other day.
What do you mean?
I thought you said her first word the other day was decentralized.
Oh no, it was rugless.
Okay.
Well, I was just going to say if she can hear, if she can. If she can hear the podcast, just turn it up a little bit and just have her say "Crypto Lamb." Crypto Lamb.
Yeah, she said it. You hear
it? Okay, well, with that said, we are going to go out. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye. She said bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for having us. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for coming. Catch you next time.
Dude, it's all good. I feel refreshed, man. One break is so necessary.
How about you give us an introduction and tell us what we have to look forward to today?
Dude, if you were a fruit, what fruit would you be?
A banana? Alright, so Regulus, if you could relate yourself or your project, whichever one you want to go with, to a fruit, which fruit would it be and why?
Okay, I'll go with video burst and banana.
Why banana though?
Because every time I speak with H1, it feels like I'm feeling one more piece of that banana, and it keeps getting better and better.
That sounds so
That project is awesome. So every time you think you know it, you know everything about it, it just surprises you.
You're the kind of guy. You're the kind of guy that if you were sat in the same room, you'd be eating a banana and maintaining aggressive eye contact. That's the kind of
putting the entire thing into his mouth at once.
Yeah.
I think the thing that we'll focus on this week is making sure that you stretch.
I don't know. I reckon a coconut, a green one.
A green coconut. Okay, we've had coconut before, but not green one. Why?
I don't know, you gotta go through the hard stuff before you can get to the good stuff. So
Yeah, thanks for asking. I think I would say probably a mango is like a fruit that you think is like pretty good, but when you actually bite into it, you're like, oh, this is delicious and amazing. It's like I'm all about trying to make things fun, make things enjoyable, and maybe a little bit surprising. Like, your own mentality can make such a big difference in your life, your positivity and stuff. And I really, really enjoy being in spaces with all the people here, the other spaces that I've been in, and learning from everybody. So I get really excited, and I hope other people do too.